In 3 months, I was able to lose 20 pounds, clear up my hormonal acne, deal with my IBS, and fix my gut and bloating issues, and just overall undergo a huge transformation. In this video, I want to share with you how I was able to transform the way my body looks and feel more comfortable and confident without any dieting, without any restricting, without doing any intense workouts. I know what it feels like to feel frustrated and feel like you tried everything and nothing works, and kind of like putting your life on hold almost until you feel more comfortable in your body, you feel more confident, or you're smaller, and then you'll finally be able to like go to the beach and do all the fun things that you want to do. At one point I tried like running for an hour every day. Another time I was doing these Nike HIIT workouts, 45 minutes to an hour, and I would do one of them like 5 days a week to every day. I couldn't take a break, I couldn't rest. Of course, I would feel guilty if I did have to skip a day on my period, if I was sick. Getting the results that I wanted was much more of a mindset shift, how I was approaching my health and my wellness and my fitness, that really made a difference in the results that I got, and also in such a short space of time. In the chapters for this video, we will talk about movement, nutrition, changing your limited beliefs and changing your habits, and then there'll be a homework chapter at the end to give you some clarity and guidance that you can follow that list with exactly what to implement to get started. For your movement, the aim is to get to 30 minutes of low impact workouts, and you're doing that 4 times, 5 times a week, or even every day if you're choosing something that is extremely low impact and very manageable for you. In the past, I would get this wave of motivation on wanting to like change my whole life, change my body, everything, and then I would go from not doing any movement at all to waking up the next day and trying to do 45 minutes or an hour of really intense activity. And so the biggest change that I made at this time that helped me to actually stick to the habit and stay consistent with it was just starting with 15 minutes a day, and then I worked my way up to 20, and then after a few weeks of being comfortable at 20, I moved up to 30 minutes. So depending on where you are on your journey and your fitness level, you can start with an amount of time that feels comfortable to you, that makes you want to stick to that, and then when you get more endurance, you can move up to 30. So the aim is to get to 30, but by all means don't start at 30. That's not where I started. I personally like to break up my workouts into like 10-minute or even 15-minute intervals. So when it was 15 minutes, I would do one 15-minute video. When it was 20 minutes, I would do 2 10-minute videos. And now that it's 30 minutes, either I will do 2 12-minute videos, 2 15-minute videos, something like that. I really like this format because I'm able to take a break in between as much as I would like to. Most important part of this is choosing a routine that you can stick to and something that you want to stay consistent with. Focus should be on building the habits, not getting you the results, because the habits actually what will get you there. If you just focus on the results alone and you aren't able to stick to the habits, the results will always elude you. Another thing is that we have different energy levels every day, and so we have to embrace that flexibility when we're trying to work out in order to again be able to stay consistent. So especially as women who menstruate, we have our hormone levels changing throughout our menstrual cycle. You can't expect to maintain the same level of energy you have from one day to the next, because that's literally just not how our biology works. And so if we can tailor our workouts to how we feel within our body, we can work with our body and actually achieve results that much easier. Next chapter is nutrition. This idea of eating less, calorie restricting, calorie counting, and following extreme restrictive diet is super popular and mainstream. We're sold this propaganda that that is the only way for us to achieve the results that we're looking for. And really and truly, while those things sometimes do work, most of the time it wrecks our body because it's not in alignment with what is best suited for us to be healthy. And therefore, if our inner functioning is not functioning, then gonna reflect that on the outside and the way our body is composed. Only a place of wanting your body to look a certain way, but understanding that if you focus on your health and doing what's best for you, that way your body will naturally release any excess weight and look the way that it's supposed to look. So for me, it took me a long time to understand this mindset that I don't need to restrict and like punish myself and reward myself with food. Understanding that this is about leading a healthy lifestyle and that's all that I have to worry about, and my body will handle the rest. Would try to not eat any sugar at all, not eat any flour, not eat any dairy. Used to think it was being healthy, but really it was in just trying to be smaller and just obsessing over that. And if I did slip up and have those things, then I would feel super guilty about it. I would feel bad, and then I would feel like I had to now restrict even further. So I really made a big shift in that and changed my outlook towards food, and I do think that that made such a difference in helping my body like slim down and just feel better as well. This is not about eating less at all, it's just about eating differently, maybe changing what you eat, how you eat, when you eat, how often you eat, things like that. One of my major issues was my gut. Like I had this severe IBS and chronic bloating. Like I kid you not, if I drank water, I would get bloated just from that. So that should tell you like how bad my gut was messed up. Changing the way that I ate and how I approached eating was like really important. So I decided to do a sort of 80-20 where I ate whole foods when I was home, and then when I went out I didn't have any restrictions on what I ate. And that form of 80-20 works really well for me, but I think overall just 80-20 in general is like such a good concept, not only for like eating but just life in general, which is that we're not aiming to be perfect, we're just aiming to get it right 80% of the time, and that's more than good enough to get where we want to go and achieve the things that we want to achieve. Aiming for healthy whole foods as much as possible 80% of the time if you can do that, and then just allowing yourself the freedom for the rest of the time, because it is so important to live your life, but also the stress that we put on ourselves from trying to restrict has such an adverse effect on our body that it's just not worth it. And it's healthier if we just actually eat the food that we're craving at that time within reason. If you were a calorie counter, or you are right now, where you're like counting your food, restricting, weighing your food even, it can feel very like odd to say, okay, well, I'm gonna go from that level of meticulous attention and detail just to eating 80-20. Like, what does that even mean? If you feel very disconnected from your hunger cues, from what kind of foods you like and how foods feel in your stomach, then I would suggest to do a food journal, writing down what you ate, maybe the time you ate it, and how it made you feel. That's it. You're not like tallying up, giving it a score of like a good or a bad meal, and tallying up at the end of like a month or a week, okay, well, I didn't eat 80% good, or I did eat 80% good. It's not that. This is just awareness tool where you're just recording what you ate and how it made you feel, and over time you will recognize which are the foods that feel good in your stomach, like in terms of your digestion process, as well as how you feel afterwards in terms of your energy levels. And over time you will slowly start to gravitate towards the foods that feel good for you, and the foods that feel good, truly feel good, those are the ones that you should be eating, and those are the ones that are actually beneficial. So chapter 3, changing your limited beliefs and changing your habits. There are many like really excellent resources on habit formation, and a lot of them talk about identity-based habits, which just means focusing on the type of person that you want to be and what their lives are like, what they do, rather than focusing on the result of I want to achieve X. By understanding exactly who I wanted to be and how I wanted to feel, it was very easy for me to realize immediately that the things that I was doing in the past is not for me and it wasn't working. Not only because it literally wasn't working, because it wasn't giving me the results that I was looking for, but not in alignment with what I actually want for myself. I realized that I wanted to be a healthy and confident person. I wanted to feel good and comfortable within my body. I wanted to heal my relationship with food and not feel like it has like this power over me where my emotions are like so intertwined with food, where I'm like rewarding myself with food, I'm punishing myself with food, I'm feeling guilty over eating certain things. I wanted to be someone who also enjoyed movement as well, who led like a healthy active lifestyle, who has like fun hobbies, and moving my body didn't feel like a chore, it just felt like a part of my lifestyle. And so realizing that that's really what I wanted, then restricting my foods, beating up myself over eating certain things, and like forcing myself to do like these intense workouts in the name of looking like this, that's not actually what I truly want. So I need to scrap all of that and focus on the version of Aura who enjoys movement, like what does she do, like what does she like to do, and the version of Aura that doesn't feel controlled by food, what are her eating habits like and what does she do. And then I said, how can I move in that direction, how can I set up my lifestyle around these habits so that that version of Aura becomes me. When I thought about it, I'm like, okay, well, my ideal Aura is not concerned with losing so much inches and doing this and doing that. She just wants to be energetic and like live like a fun little lifestyle. I do love walking, and so I'm allowing her to do that as much as she wants, because it's not just a form of exercise, but it's also just a part of her lifestyle. And it's not walking to achieve some specific result, although walking is really good, and it actually I think is just like such a good way of slimming down your body, as a side note. But Aura just wanted to walk because she likes it, and she also played tennis when she was younger, and it seems like a fun little thing to start back playing tennis like as a hobby. And so I've started to do that too, because that's in my ideal lifestyle. But running for an hour every day is not, and doing HIIT Nike workouts is not. The second part of it is to focus on the process other than the result. So it's kind of intertwined. But if you think that you want to lose 20 pounds, what are the habits that I need to get to where I want to go? You focus on building those habits rather than trying to get to that goal weight of where you've lost 20 pounds, because that does take some time. But feel good about yourself from day one if you focus on the process, where I'm trying to become the person who walks for an hour every day, who does her 20 minutes of Pilates or low impact workouts, and who eats 80-20. I'm trying to be that person, and that's my goal. Then you can feel successful every single day when you wake up and you choose those choices in alignment with who you want to be and the kind of lifestyle that you want to lead, rather than thinking, okay, well, I haven't lost the weight yet, so let me just like stop doing this, let me go back to what I was doing before. When you allow yourself to focus on the process, not only can you feel good about yourself now, but you will more likely get to where you want to go, because you will stick to your habits and be more consistent, because you're feeling that intrinsic motivation along the way. So when you focus on the result only, there's this big space in between when you set the goal and you feel dopamine and excitement from setting the goal and planning, to when you achieve the goal and you're getting near to the result. There's this big space in between, and if that's not an enjoyable experience, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to stick it all the way through to get to that point. And so focusing on the process rather than the result is a good mindset shift that you want to work toward. The biggest thing that helped me do that was I started to use a habit tracker. So after I identified the habits that I want to incorporate every day, I used a Notion template habit tracker, added in my habits, had all the days for the 3 months of my challenge, and I ticked off every single day that I did each specific habit. And it was like a game almost, where I just wanted to do the things in order to tick it off. And I loved seeing my progress at the end of a week or at the end of a month, where I can see how much I'm able to stick to the habits, and it just encouraged me to continue going. Lastly, changing our limited beliefs in and around what we're capable of, and then also what's possible for us, is really important. So let me explain. I used to always think that I had to work out really hard, I had to try hard, I had to give up certain things, I had to make sacrifices, I had to restrict myself, I had to deny my wants, I had to punish myself if I was doing badly in order to get my result and get where I wanted to go. I believe then we're gonna subconsciously and consciously act in ways that would make that belief true for us. And so if we can change our belief to something that's more serving and helpful to us, then again our behavior and actions and habits will align with those beliefs, and we will consciously and subconsciously make those beliefs true. If you work on changing your limited beliefs and your habits, if you stick to a nutrition plan that works for you, one that focuses on fueling your body and eating whole foods, and if you commit to moving your body in a way that feels good every day, whether that is just doing these hour-long walks, whether that's walking sometimes and incorporating your 20 to 30 minutes of low impact exercises, you will be able to see results, because a body that is supported and loved and healthy will naturally lose any excess weight. Be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself, and know that the more that you treat your body well with love and respect, the quicker you'll actually be able to see the result that you're looking for, to feel that internal change and then see it manifest physically. So here is your quick homework list. Pick 2 to 3 creators on YouTube whose styles of workouts you enjoy or align with you, and create the playlist on YouTube with the different categories. Choose a time of the day to exercise, whether that's morning or evening, and make a plan to make that happen. Don't just stick with, okay, well, I'll wake up early and do it, but how are you going to do that? Set a reminder for your first workout tomorrow and take some progress pictures. If you want to create a habit tracker like on Notion and start using it, and decide how you're going to change up your eating habits. If you're going to do the 80-20, like in what way are you going to do it, and what would prevent you or make it difficult for you to do that, and how can you come up with a plan to mitigate that? So if you want to like cook at home but you don't have time to do it during the week, then you have to schedule a time on the weekend to meal plan. I want you to commit to spending a few minutes a day to working on changing your beliefs about yourself and what's possible, whether that's affirmations, doing EFT tapping, doing journaling, doing mirror work. And also I want you to stop all self-criticism whatsoever, whether that is in regards to your health and fitness journey with like maybe the food that you've been eating, or if you miss a workout. But most importantly, stop all self-criticism in general. Even if you like, I don't know, bump into a table and then a teacup falls down, you don't need to criticize yourself for that. It's just a mistake, let it go. I hope that you found this video helpful. I know how hard it is to want to see a change and feel a change in your body and feel frustrated and like you don't know what you're doing wrong because you're trying so hard and you're trying everything and it's not working out. Just this simple plan and these simple changes that I made, I was able to make this drastic change within 3 months, and I hope that these tips will help you on your journey. And if you liked this video, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm so excited to share more of my transformation journey with you, with dealing with my acne and my bloating and many other things. So I hope you have a good day. Bye.